Attention, Cynthia Langford.
As mentioned before, welcome back to Week 1 action here of high school football as we get geared up for what should be an exciting matchup between Maple Mountain and Lehi. Dave, Lehi coming in here under brand new head coach Andy Hadfield after head coach Ed Larson retires after 19 years at head coach. But the expectations are the same for the Pioneers, even with a new head coach.
Yeah, I think he steps into a good situation. He's got a great base of players to draw from, a good population base. A good legacy. He coached with Ed for years, so he knows how to do it. He knows how to coach it. It'll be interesting to see as a first-time play caller, first-time head coach, how he attacks. He's really got a dynamic offense and some great players, but it'll be fun to see this game. There's a lot of energy on that Lehi sideline.
We'll be sure to talk a lot about Region 3 and how many high expectations there are for multiple teams in that region. But on the other side for Maple Mountain, it's another first-year head coach in Harry Schwenke, who recently coached at Salem Hills back in 2017 to 2019. So we've got a battle of first-year head coaches. What's that like when it's your first time under the headset for your team?
Well, I think there are different situations here, right? I think Andy steps in, Coach Hatfield steps into a situation where he's expected to win and win right away. Maple Mountain, on the other hand, I don't know that he's expected to come in and compete for a state championship right off the bat, but it's his chance to establish his culture and his way of doing things and his expectations of kids on not only Friday nights but throughout the preparation period it takes to get here.
And a beautiful moment for Maple Mountain as they celebrate one of their own in the end zone to start off the game. But as you mentioned, it's no doubt going to be exciting. Week 1, it seems like every time football season rolls around, there's just kind of that feeling in your stomach. It's time to get rolling. And what's that like for the players when you come out after you work so hard in summer? I mean, you've had that experience as a coach. I mean, what's it like for them?
There's nothing better than Friday night, right? Because really you start in January and you're working and you've got all these goals and these expectations that you set for yourself throughout the wintertime, the spring, summer workouts, and finally you get a chance to strap it up against somebody else. There's really nothing like it. Excited to be here tonight. I'm excited to see how Lehi starts off going directly into the wind, because that's always a factor here at Maple Mountain.
Yeah, as we mentioned in pregame, this is a really windy night, and obviously that brings on its own challenges when you're playing against the weather and also on the road. But Maple Mountain is a 5A opponent. As we mentioned, Region 3 and 6A is just daunting. I mean, almost all of those teams, if not all the teams in the region, are usually expected to be competing in those final few weeks of football. So what's it like when you host a big opponent like Lehi on Week 1?
It's a good litmus test where you can tell your kids, look, nobody expects you to come out and win this football game. Nobody expects you to come out and score a bunch of points or stop these guys. So you have a lot of opportunity to set goals and set markers that if you can hit them against a great team like this, a 6A team from Lehi, you can build on that as a team.
The kick is off and away, and it's a low one. Might have been touched by Maple Mountain. Now they are going to touch it at the 8. Here comes the return outside. Still moving, and he's tackled down at the 12. So tough field position to start for Maple Mountain.
Moves the ball up.
I love special teams guys. They're so fired up. The first play of the year, they're flying down there. They don't care who they're hitting or where they're running through. Good start to the game. So we'll see. Maple Mountain's got the wind at their back, which is always a factor. We'll see if they put the ball up. They're going to have to get the ball out quick tonight against this Lehi defensive front.
And it looks like it's going to be senior quarterback Hayden Hyatt under center. And Coach Wakey was saying there was a quarterback battle going on in summer camp between him and the freshman Cole Allred, but it's going to be number 5 to get things going first for Maple Mountain.
They probably use that as a great moment to pump the team up. All right, here's our starting quarterback. He's the one that's going to lead us tonight. So spread offense, 2 safety look for.
And he's going to throw a screen to the outside. It's caught. Gain of about 5 or 6 to the far side. Great catch that time.
To Sarah.
Great Sarah.
Great start there.
Evans on the tackle for Lehi.
Cruz Serra, senior tight end, 6'1", 190, so a good size for high school. But one player to look out for is going to be number 6, Brooks Ross. He's been labeled by Coach Schwenke as a speedster on the outside. They actually might use him on both sides of the field tonight.
Be interesting to see if Lehi sticks with the same defense that I game planned against all those years. It looks like they're...
So here goes a run up the middle, and it's going to be stuffed immediately. Might not even get back to the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be an early 3rd down here for the Golden Eagles.
Davis, the ball carrier.
Pretty good job up the middle that time.
No gain on the play.
That's a Sika for Lehi. Boy, those are some big boys. I was down there pregame, and that Lehi sideline is massive. It's like being on the sideline in a college football game. Big kids.
Usually known for their work in the trenches. Apologies for the game clock not working on our screens. We'll try and get that fixed momentarily. Meanwhile, it's a 3rd and 5 with 10:39 here in quarter 1 on the opening possession. Hyatt's back. He's pressured.
In the middle.
Looking to escape. Now he's got it to the right side. Gets the first down and runs out of bounds. Good scramble that time by the senior.
Great job. Has his eyes up downfield the whole time. He stepped up inside the rush. Had a little stunt in the middle. He got up underneath that outside end and picked up a first down. That's a good start for Maple Mountain.
And the first down of the game goes to Maple Mountain now at their own 24-yard line. As we mentioned, Lehi usually known to dominate in the trenches, and right there they show a blitz. They're going aggressive on 3rd down. So 1st and 10. Hyatt with a handoff, and we got flags everywhere.
Looks like it's on the offense.
Ball start, offense. Snap infraction, number 70. 5-yard penalty.
You hate to see that.
First down.
Kind of kills momentum a little bit, especially against the defense like this. So 1st and 15, we'll see what they come up with. They had a nice screenplay to start off the last series.
And especially after a crucial first down, it seems like momentum then went the home team's way. And like you just mentioned, it seems like it kind of goes away with the throw of a yellow flag. So here we go, Hyatt calling out to his far wide receivers. A bunch formation to the far side. Single receiver near. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, inside zone. It's going to be picked up immediately, maybe a gain of 1.
Little guard tackle pull from the left side.
Before being brought down by Taki.
Didn't really counter it, but it's kind of a GT counter look.
Michael Davis.
Nice job that time. Lehi's 44 just kind of set the edge, and they weren't able to get outside. He had to kind of bite it down a little bit.
Michael Davis, the junior running back, he was a player that Coach Schwenke was very high on in the preseason. He said he was, quote, the strength of the offense. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be a run-heavy team tonight, even if they try and go up against this hardcore defensive line from the Pioneers. So 2nd and 13, handoff. Here's Davis. He's trying to go outside, throws a stiff arm, and there's a flag with the near official as he is stopped.
Probably got a hold on that outside receiver. Yeah, you mentioned it. As an offensive play caller against this kind of a defense, you want the clock running. You want to shorten this game. You want to limit the number of times Lehi has the ball. The best way to do that is keep the ball yourself. So.
And we're seeing so far they like to go to the boundaries. They're kind of moving laterally rather than up the gut a lot of the times. Do you feel like that could be an advantage as well?
It depends on if and Lehi's always been a field team, so they play their strength to the field, so you can overload the boundary side. So a lot of times when you see a team that attacks the boundary, it's because they've got a numbers advantage into the boundary because the defense plays the field side as their strength side. So that may be what we're seeing. Lehi's basically stayed their base defense. They've had a couple of stunts inside, but everybody's pretty much played straight up so far this first series.
Once again, apologies for the time clock confusion on our board. We'll try and get that running. It's 9:39 left in quarter 1. It looks like the officials were talking with Lehi.
Number 2, 10-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
So that's 2 major flags now on this possession. When it seemed like they got momentum after that first down, they're right back to where they started.
Penalty moves the ball all the way back to the 9-yard.
May see some sort of a little inside screen or a draw. Expecting Lehi to put some pressure on. You want to try and pick up, I mean, you're 2nd 25. You want to try and pick up 10 yards here. You don't want to get greedy or crazy.
2nd and 23 for the Golden Eagles.
But you definitely don't want to go backwards here.
So 2nd and 23 now for Maple Mountain. Back inside their own 10-yard line. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Shotgun. Here's Hyatt. Play action pass to the outside. There's Brooks Ross, the speedster. He's got a couple blocks. He's able to get up to what looks to be the 17-yard line for a nice gain. Make it maybe a third down conversion.
Hey, you know what? That's a nice play in that situation. You at least got your punter out of the end zone. And it was a good call against that cover 3 defense. The far side corner shows press and then drops at the snap, drops out of the play. The tackle gets out there to make the block. They pick up 6-7 yards. I like that play. Good call against Lehi's defense. Of course, Lehi was just trying to keep him in front anyway. So
exactly. So now we've got a 3rd and 18 with just under 9 minutes to go here in the first. Same formation as last time. Play action pass. Pressure's coming in. Hyatt somehow able to escape again, but doesn't get past the second defender, and he's dropped down at the 3-yard line.
Brennan Hyatt is brought down by Briggs Love.
Briggs Love down near the goal line with a huge stop to pin Maple Mountain back near their own goal line.
Just a bull rush there. Just
sacked by Love.
He's bigger and stronger and badder, and he made a good play right there. Pretty good job by Maple Mountain stepping up and just about got out of it, but got chased down. So we'll see. We might see the longest punt in the history of football right here.
Griffiths in the punt for Maple Mountain.
So here's
it's
the punt.
possible. He's standing on his own end line.
He's literally on the back of the white line. Here's Maple Mountain to punt. High snap. Does he get it off? And it's going to be high and short. Let's see where this lands. Good bounce to the Golden Eagles. And that'll make its way out to the Lehi 47. So good starting field position for the Pioneers, but a good punt in a bad situation by Maple Mountain.
50 yards.
He probably thought he should get more out of that punt with the wind behind him like that. A lot of times if you get that ball going end over end, it'll roll forever.
High snap, look to delay that one. Now it's time for the Pioneers to try things out on offense. They'll be led by the junior quarterback, Cash Hollingshead, 6'3", 205. As he gives a shake to the official, looking for a good game here tonight. But the play to look out for, number 24, Devon Eka. Multiple D1 programs are looking at this kid tonight as he put up some good numbers last year. I'm also looking at Lehi to be a run-heavy offense tonight as well.
They bump him out going to an empty.
Pass is caught in the middle. It's run up by Haloa Makayo.
That's about the only kind of pass you're really going to be able to complete in this kind of wind. It's 5, 6, 7, 8 yards, something close. If you put the ball up in the air in this wind, it's going to be tough to complete. So anything you see from Lehi, at least in this first quarter, is going to be stuffed short, I'm sure.
2nd and 5, ball on the Maple Mountain 48-yard line. First snap in opponent territory for either squad with 7:10 to go here in the first.
4-2-5 defense, so you got an even front, 6 men in the box. This offensive line from Lehi.
Hollingshead, screen pass to the outside. Oh, and a good juke move. Legend Glasker is going up the sideline, and he's let out of bounds near the 27-yard line.
Pass is complete. The Legend Glasker.
Nice first play of the season for Glasker. You see why he's also heavily recruited. Lehi's spreading the ball out. I'm a little surprised he hasn't run the ball yet, especially whereas you're going into the wind, but he's probably got his 15 plays or his 12-play script that he's going to start the game off with.
Next year, Glasker will be wearing BYU blue, recently committed to the Cougars. And last year, he put up some monster stats, caught 10 touchdowns, and they're throwing to their star players early.
Yeah,
there's a run by Eka, up the middle, bounces outside, puts down a defender in the process as he gains about 5 on first down.
The ball carrier, met by Antonino again for the Golden
Antonio makes a great play. He stepped up from that safety spot and made a stick. Otherwise, that's probably a touchdown.
Good
open field
really
tackle.
Good job that time by that defender. Wow, looked at the numbers when they ran zone right. I thought for sure he was going to bust it.
So Hollingshead looking to call the play here again. We've got 2 receivers to the far side, 1 near Eka in the backfield with him. Hollingshead looking to pass. Goes on a post route in the middle, and it is caught. It'll set up a 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
So Maple Mountain was in a cover 3 that time, so that corner drops hard, which always leaves there's a void against the cover 3 right there on a deep end or a deep post. You know, 5-step slant, whatever you want to throw there, it works all the time.
Carter Cutler with the reception on that one. It's 1st and goal now on the 8 for Lehi as they look to strike early.
I think you got to feed your beast right here. Let your O-line run the ball into the end zone.
And they do. Here's Eka trying to weave his way through defenders. Gets down to the 5 for a gain of 3.
Eka, the ball carrier, brought down by Eli Renz and others.
Pretty good job of rallying that time for Maple Mountain. Again, their safeties. Anytime your safeties are making all the plays, you know that the offensive line is doing their job. So as long as those safeties keep coming downhill and making plays, Maple Mountain's going to hang around.
So the Pioneers now going empty. It's just Hollingshead in the back. He's got 5 receivers.
You got man everywhere. They're going to come after the quarterback.
Hollingshead gets the snap. You got a blitz on the far side. It's a quick pass, almost intercepted in the end zone. It was dropped.
Hollingshead's pass is almost intercepted by Eli Renz.
Eli Renz read the slant perfectly. He just dropped a pass that was straight to his chest.
Great job there. It looked to me like that was called, that was intentional, that he was going to show blitz, and then drop into that slant, because pre-snap, if you're looking at it, both your slots on a slant was open. So good job Maple Mountain disguising that. They almost got the turnover. That would have been a huge play. So third and 5 now for Lehi.
So now Eka standing behind Hollingshead. It's going to be a handoff to Eka, and he's met behind the line of scrimmage. Great goal line stand by the Golden Eagles.
When we stop for the Golden Eagles, bringing down Eka.
Wolfgram, one of the players that we knew we needed to watch for tonight for Maple Mountain, makes a great play, comes down the line on that zone,
7-yard line.
Blew that up, so Lehi's going to have to kick one into the wind.
As mentioned, that could be daunting going up against the elements here.
Bode Hammond
looks to be about a 29-yarder.
Yeah, great job for Maple Mountain defensively to get a stop there. You've got 1st and goal.
So here's Bode Hammond to kick a short field goal into the wind. Kick is up and straight through the pipes, and our first points are on the board.
With 4:12 to go in the first quarter, Lehi 3, Maple Mountain.
It's the Pioneers 3, Maple Mountain 0. And we'll be right back after these short messages.
With a TabSpend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. TabSpend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Welcome back to Maple Mountain Lehi here in Spanish Fork. Apologies for our scoreboard and timer as we're experiencing some technical difficulties. We'll try and get that fixed after the first quarter break as Lehi just notched down a 29-yard field goal to take a 3-0 lead with 4 minutes to go here in the first. There's Brooks Ross on the kick return, and he is met near the 15-yard line. So once again, it's going to be a long field up ahead for the Golden Eagles.
We'll see. See if Maple Mountain has any time to throw the ball. If you're going to throw the ball, this is the series to do it because you've still got the wind behind. You move the ball a little bit, even it's short stuff. Expect you'll probably see him throw the ball a little bit this series. Hopefully he's got time to throw.
So here's Hayden Hyatt leading his team once again. They got 1 first down last time, but it was a couple penalties that killed that drive and put them back in their own end zone. Here they are at their own 19. Ross, early snap over to him. It's going to be a handoff jet pass to the outside. Oh, he's wrapped up out of bounds. Maybe a loss of 1 on that
Lost
one.
the ball carrier there, brought down by Todd.
Yeah, great job defensively. Lehigh just straightens that out, pushes it all the way to the sideline, and forces them out of bounds.
About a 2nd and 10 with the ball at the 19.
It almost looked like Maple Mountain was able to reach block that end, but wasn't able to do it to that short side.
So 2nd and 10 for Maple Mountain now, still at their own 19-yard line, looking to get their 2nd first down of the game. Hyatt gets the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Davis. Davis is met immediately by that Pioneer defense after a gain of maybe 1 or 2.
Davis, the ball carrier.
Yeah, running downhill on Lehigh might prove to be a little difficult tonight for Maple Mountain.
You mentioned that Maple Mountain wants to control the clock, obviously, to give themselves a chance. But as you mentioned, it seems like Lehigh's reading that early on, stacking the box. So there's no runs really going anywhere.
Yeah, what you want to do and what you're able to do, a lot of times they're not the same thing as a football coach. But you do. You've got to shorten this game however you can and run as much clock as you can and run the ball if you can. But you still got to make get the chains going.
So 3rd and 8 at the 21. Here's Hyatt. Gets the snap, looking to go outside, and it's read immediately by the Lehigh defense. Max Jenkins that time with a good tackle that breaks up the pass. It's going to bring up another 4th down.
Yeah, I don't think the outside receiver was in the right spot. I think he either needed to vacate inside, take that quarter with him, or he expected the ball was going to be thrown behind the line of scrimmage and he was supposed to block, but basically kind of brought the defense right into that play. It makes it kind of tough.
We mentioned that we were expecting a good punt last go-around with the wind. Let's see how this one turns out for Maple Mountain.
Lehigh's setting up a return.
And now it's a low snap. Oh, and it's going to be a fake. He's running. He's got room. Is he going to make it? Yes, he is. First down, Golden Eagles.
First down. What a gutsy play there. That's kicker.
Able to pick up the Golden Eagle.
Sometimes you have the most unexpected player make the biggest play, and that was a huge play right there for Maple Mountain.
Brigham Griffiths with the runner right up the gut. It looked to be maybe a mishap at first with a low snap. He takes it the distance for a first down, and like you mentioned, gutsy move that time by the punter.
Yeah, just being an athlete there. He saw a hole, saw the opening, saw that Lehigh had set up a return and had moved 2 guys out on the outside receiver, so nobody in the middle of the field. Good job that time.
Let's see if that sparks a fire here with the Golden Eagles offense. Here's Hyatt. Now looking to throw down the middle, and it's straight to the defense. Intercepted by Vincent Evans, and he's got a lane to the 20, to the 10, and wrapped up at the 4-yard line. So right as the Golden Eagles have a spark, Lehigh takes it from them.
It was a big play defensively by Lehigh right there. It's really the first time Hyatt's had a chance to step up into the pocket and make a throw, and that linebacker just got a ton of depth on his job and made a great play. And that was a big boy running down the sideline.
Almost a pick 6 for the Pioneers as we have a flag on the play. Happened towards the end of the tackle on the wrap near the 3. As the officials are converging right now, let's see what they rule.
There was a hit behind the play,
The result of the play is an interception. After the interception and during the run, blindside block, defense. Number 8, 15 yards will be added to the end of the run. First down, Lehigh.
Subtracted from the end of the run, but
yeah.
Semantics, I guess.
So 2:12 now left here in the first quarter, and Lehigh now looking to make it a 2-possession game. So they now have it back at their own at Maple Mountain's 25.
As an offensive coordinator, you've always got a quick change, like a couple of plays that you're going to attack the defense with. You get a turnover, bam, I'm going to go try and isolate my backside receiver, get a post over the top, try and hit him quick with something.
And a pass goes towards the end zone. Almost caught that time by Glasgow. But good defense on the other side by Mitchell.
That's a tough throw into this wind, and he made it. I mean, you've got to spin it nice to be able to get that ball accurate in this wind, and he did a nice job. So they did. They went to their quick change play, went to the end zone, didn't work. So we'll see if they pound the ball a little bit here.
So So 2nd and 10 for Hollingshead and the Lehi offense. As he gets the snap and hands it off to Eka, going left side. Making some shifty moves, somehow weaves his way through all the defenders and gets himself down to the 10-yard line. Nice job that time by Devon.
The ball carrier.
Eka with a great job, broke a couple of tackles there. A good job defensively to hold the edge, Maple Mountain, but they just weren't able to finish the tackle. He ran through that. You see why he's highly recruited as a running back.
Last year averaged almost 7 yards a carry, and you can just see no matter if the defense is waiting for him, he'll still pound a couple after being met by a defender.
And Maple Mountain sitting with 2 safeties back. You've got to run against that.
So 1st and goal at the 9. A wheel route to the outside. Eka tries to make a move, but a great tackle on the boundary by the Golden Eagles defense.
Another great play. These Maple Mountain defensive backs are coming up and filling some holes and making some plays because, I mean, you don't make that play there, it's a touchdown.
No gain on the play. Brings about
Wolf Graham, the junior defender with the tackle that time. He was mentioned by Coach Schwanke in preseason as the anchor of the defense, and you can see why with tackles like that.
All right, they still got 2 safeties.
So a minute and change to go here in the first.
Run that.
Handoff on the stretch play to Eka. He's going to bounce his way through and into the end zone for a touchdown. Pioneers now up 9-0.
Yeah, good job that time.
9-yard touchdown run.
Offensive line stayed their tracks. They just ran that zone. He was able to find his way to the end zone. And again, when you're sitting at the 10-yard line with 2 safeties in the end zone, it's really tough to stop power run football. So
the Pioneers able to take advantage of the 2 possessions in great field position as they can now lead it by double digits here at the end of the first. Bodie's kick is up and in. 10-0 Lehi as we get set to end this first quarter here in Spanish Fork. Let's see what the Golden Eagles can come up with on the other side of this timeout. Welcome back out to Maple Mountain High School. Apologies for the technical difficulties. We'll try and get the scoreboard worked out after the first quarter break. A reminder, this game is brought to you by Advanced Orthopedics. Advanced Orthopedics are the official team doctors and medical providers for Lehi Athletics. Advanced Orthopedics has been bringing collegiate level care to the community for over 10 years. They focus on both surgical and non-operative treatments for patients and athletes of all ages and skill levels. Go to advancedutah.com to learn what they can do to help you feel better. And Maple Mountain met at the 25-yard line. Might bring them out to the 26 on that spot. So this is the best field position so far for the Golden Eagles in this first quarter, as this will be the last 48 seconds with some wind to their advantage. But last time, Hayden Hyatt's pass went straight to the defense, back the other way. We mentioned it might be nice to throw over the middle, and the first one's right to the Pioneers.
Yeah, it was too bad the first time he really had a chance to step up into the pocket. But sometimes it's like, you hit a bad shot at the golf course, you get it out of the way, and bam, you can hit the ball all of a sudden. So hopefully that's what happens.
That's right. Handoff Davis to the outside as he's brought down after a gain of 2. So as mentioned, Michael Davis is looking to be a star player for this Golden Eagles offense, but so far hasn't been able to really find some ground in this run game.
Yeah, the run game takes so many components of a team to work together, and one guy gets blown up, man, it's tough to run the ball.
Back to Davis once again up the gut, and he'll be met at the line of scrimmage. And they're going, look like they went with backup hurry-up offense. You wonder if maybe they see the element as an advantage. You see they're going right back. Third down is happening just a few seconds after we wrap up second.
Yeah, he's trying to, I expect he's going to throw the ball somewhere here. Maybe a deep slant or a deep end from one of the outside guys.
Last play of the first, 3rd and 8. He's got Ross on the outside, but it's only a gain of 3, and that's how we'll end the first quarter. It's the Pioneers 10, Maple Mountain 0. We'll be right back.
Reed Nelson in on the tackle.
Too late.
Welcome back out to Maple Mountain as they're getting ready to punt, and it's a short one, as once again the Pioneers will start in opponent territory.
Looks like Lehi got a piece of that punt.
Sails out of bounds.
It's already tough enough kicking into the wind.
Lehi's going to take over 1st and 10 at the Golden Eagle 45-yard line.
So the Pioneers with some early field advantage.
We'll see if this is Coach Hatfield's sweet spot. We used to, anytime we were 40, 30-yard line. That was our sweet spot. We're going to go look for a shot to the end zone. We'll see if he does that again. He did it once in the first quarter. Or maybe we'll see some more run game with that cover 2 look that Maple Mountain's showing.
Pioneers lead at 10-0 after the first quarter, and now playing at the Golden Eagles 45. And the play is immediately wrapped up on the far side as they went for a quick pass to the outside. Cameron Wren collected the pass.
Wide receiver coach is losing his mind right now because his guy didn't make a block.
So that'll bring up
a 2nd and 17.
2nd and 17, back in their own territory now. Let's see what the Pioneers can come up with to try and infiltrate against this Golden Eagles defense, who's done pretty well, actually, with what they've been given.
The DBs have done a fantastic job. The guys up front have kind of held their own. See if they can keep making plays in the backfield. Got an out route.
And here's a pass to the outside. It's caught. And somehow still up and running that time is Haloa Makayo. And he'll be wrapped up. That's going to set up a 3rd and manageable here for this Pioneers offense.
Yeah, that's a really great job. He throws a 5-yard out route and ends up picking up 10 yards.
Gain of 9 moves the ball up to the Golden Eagle 41-yard line. Where it's going to be
so ball's now at the 41, 3rd and 6 now for Lehi, and that really opens up your playbook. You can really give it, you can make it a run with Eka or go out to the outside.
Yeah, we'll see if those corners stay soft for Maple Mountain, and they'll just run another hitch route at 5 or 6 yards. They're trying to pump and screen.
Hollingshead going for a screen. The ball is up and had a chance to be picked off, but it's not going to, as the Maple Mountain defense makes yet another stand. Let's see what the Pioneers can come up with. Are they going to be hasty for it and go for 4th down? What would you do in your coach's
I'd go for it for sure. I mean, because you've got the wind behind you. Especially in this situation, if I'm Hatfield, I'm going for this.
And it looks like Hollingshead is talking with coaches. And yeah, it looks like they're going to go for it. I mean, recently in the game, analytics have been telling teams it's better to go for it on 4th and short. I mean, even though it is 4th and 6, you're at the opponent's 41.
Maple Mountain was missing a D lineman.
So a late transition and sub for Maple Mountain. And it looks like that'll bring on a timeout. And we'll take it with them. It's Lehi 10, Maple Mountain nothing here on the Rewind Sports Network.
4th down. Let's hear it.
4th down and 6 here for Lehi.
I'm getting 24 the ball.
Eka still yet to get a run on this possession. Let's see if they do it here.
Or the outside receiver up top. Glasker's got
coverage playing near the line to gain.
Yeah, they're dropping it to cover 4, it looks like.
Hollingshead with the pass. He's got pressure. Goes up the middle. And it was in the hands that time of Lattimore. But Maple Mountain able to break it up. A huge 4th down stand.
Yeah, once again, Maple Mountain's DBs step up, make a play.
Is going to take over on downs.
And even though they don't have any points on the board, it feels like there's hope. They believe things are going well. The crowd's into it. Guys are making plays.
That 4th down stop was brought to you by Camden Electric. Building your dream home, Camden Electric specializes in custom homes with precision, quality, and clean design. From concept to completion, we power it all. Visit CamdenElectric.com to bring your vision to light.
Oh.
And Lehi with another defensive stop in the backfield.
Pretty much nobody got blocked on this left side of the D line for Lehi.
A loss of 6.
I don't know if the timing just looked a little bit off because the D linemen were in the backfield really before the O linemen got out of their stances, it felt like.
Brody Downs with a huge sack in the backfield. That sets up a 2nd and 16. Apologies for the late calls on names. We're dealing with some wind right now on our rosters. So here's Hyde in the backfield once again. Davis will line up behind him. He's got a bunch formation of wide receivers to the near side, one to the out. Play action pass, roll out. He's going in the middle. Oh, and he had a player wide open. That was going to be an easy 20-yard gain.
Nice little bootleg action there. running against his throwing arm and throwing it back into the wind is really tough, and it just wobbled a little bit, and I think it moved it offline because he had that over route wide open.
Great play call that time by Maple Mountain, just not able to execute his Cruz Sarah. Could have easily gotten into Lehi territory, but that'll set up now a 3rd and 16. Early runner, as it's going to be a screen set up to the far side, but once again a short pass up against the wind. It was set up for Davis, but just the pass didn't get to his receiver in time.
Better that he dropped that ball and didn't catch it. He would have lost another 5 yards.
Going to bring about a 4th down.
So
yeah, it's tough to run 2 counter plays or bootleg, play actions to the same side against a good defense. They'll fall for it once, a series maybe, but back to back, it's tough to get a team.
So here comes another punt from Maple Mountain, but now they're going up against the wind. We saw last time, it didn't even cross the 50-yard line.
He was kicking it about 40 yards into the wind pregame. We'll see. So that'd put it at, if he gets it to the 50-yard line, that's a pretty good punt.
And we got a flag on the play. Looks to be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Okay. 5-yard penalty. And 4th down.
You'll have these little personnel issues the first game where, they forget that they're on punt or forget they're on punt return, and you're pulling your hair out as a coach, but it happens every year to every team. So,
as coaches, do you see more mistakes early on in the year and you get that cleaned up?
Yeah, for sure. The little things, the details that you get used to later in the year.
Once again, he put all his leg into that, drops at the 48, good bounce out to the 45, and as you mentioned, a good punt.
Yeah, that's a fantastic punt into the wind, and especially as much pressure as he's been getting.
Flag on the play right near the time of the kick. Let's see what the officials rule. And we've had a lot of stoppage of play now with flags.
Yeah, there's been a ton of penalties early, which, again, you're going to have early in the year.
5-yard penalty will be assessed at the end of the kick.
Oh, good. They're not going to kick it again.
See, yeah, tough ask of the punter.
If I'm Lehi, I'm making him punt that ball again. So I don't know if they had the choice, but
now they'll be starting exactly at midfield as they get ready for another possession. Last time we saw them starting in opponent territory, but once again, they were stopped early on 4th down. What would you think Lehi should do differently if they want to get the ball moving and get a couple first downs?
If it's me, as long as they're staying with those two safeties high, I would run the ball. Let those big guys start feeling that downhill, I'm going to win my battle every time. Move that line of scrimmage.
Hollingshead up the middle to Eka. And somehow he still manages to get a couple yards out of nothing for a gain of 2.
A good initial push, but Maple Mountain did a pretty good job of holding, filled their gaps. Linebacker does a nice job there. But still, I think those bigs, they need to feel some success. They need to feel some downhill wins.
A reminder, our clock is unofficial. We're about 20 seconds behind. It's 9:17 now left here in quarter 2. 2nd and 8 now for Lehi. Eka to the right of Hollingshead. Hollingshead gets the snap. Goes for another post route. Oh, and threads the needle. And Cutler with another great pass, this time for a first down at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, that's really the nicest ball he's thrown. He threw it nice for the first quarter, but that was a really nice throw. Good catch in traffic. It looked to me like the DB made the play, but Lehi comes up with a good throw and good catch.
So far, Maple Mountain's coverage in medium and deep throws has been fairly consistent so far here in this first half.
Yeah, they've done a nice job. They've tackled really well. They're, first guy to the ball makes the play, limits some of that offensive firepower that Lehi has. We'll see if they come outside the Glasgow right here.
And another flag on the play. This has been referee heaven here in this first half.
There's a certain, I can't say his name, but there was a certain ref that whenever we would get him and it was a TV game, we knew there was going to be twice as many penalties as any other game.
There are certain referees, I think, at all levels that do have notoriety, but so far it's like we mentioned, it's week one. There's a lot of jitters. I mean, you're still learning to just get back into the flow of things, and so it's expected to have both of these teams garner a couple flags here in this first half.
Yeah, and a lot of times through the first game of the year, the officials are given directives in the offseason that you need to call this more often, and so this first game, a lot of times you're getting calls that you've never seen before. No, he's looking for Glasker.
And he's going with the deep pass. Glasker caught! Touchdown!
Touchdown.
Yeah,
what a catch!
It's tough when you've got a guy that is that good to cover him, man cover with no safety over the top. And as soon as we see that, coach probably right down here in the booth below us saw the same thing. They're like, ISO Glasker deep, they can't cover him.
So Legend Glasker with a 30-yard touchdown reception that now puts the Pioneers up 16.
Rex in the hold.
And that was a player you mentioned to look out for.
Yeah, I mean, when your dude's better than their dude, you just ISO him, and Maple Mountain's going to have to double cover him, and then it opens up another guy, and it's just a tough business.
So Lehi now leads it 17-0 up against the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles with 8 minutes now left here in the second quarter. Welcome back. As we remind you, this game is brought to you by Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's Subs is proud to support the Lehi Pioneers. Come on by Jersey Mike's Subs and try the number 13 Original Italian. Provolone cheese and 5 different meats, all sliced fresh on the spot. Or get a Philly cheesesteak grilled fresh right in front of you. Experience the sub-above difference at Jersey Mike's. And it looks like Legend Glasker might have had a couple subs before the game with that nice catch. Put him up 17.
Yeah, great throw that time by Hollingshead. And, he made that nice throw in traffic, and you just kind of felt like he was going to start making some plays. And sure enough, really nice throw down there to the corner of the end zone to Glasker. So, look, Maple Mountain's got to burn some time off the clock. They've got to put some sort of a drive together, try and get some points on the board, figure out something that's going to work. They've had a couple of nice plays, some screens to the outside, but they got to find some success offensively here.
So Maple Mountain looking to get something going here on the offensive side of the ball. It seems like after that first down they gained on the very first possession of the game, they just haven't been able to get anything going on this side of the ball.
No. Putter had a nice run.
So Hyatt back in the backfield. Quick run pre-snap. He's going to go deep as well. Playing up against the wind. And a great pass breakup that time on the far side. Max Jenkins on the coverage.
Yeah, Maple Mountain, they had a beat. He had him to the outside. He had a step, but man, throwing the ball 40, 50 yards in the air into this one, it's not really.
And the intended receiver was Brooks Ross, who is their fastest player on the team. You'd have to think he's going to have a couple of those routes tonight where he's able to get past the coverage, and it's tough that it's really the wind that's just taking advantage of this team.
I mean, they like the matchup, but I get why you would do that, but you only lost 6 seconds off the clock.
Another screen to the outside. Maple Mountain able to get a couple yards out of it as Kyron Jones gets the reception.
Complete to Kyron Jones.
Great block on the outside that time. Maple Mountain. Again, the same exact play that Lehi ran. Lehi's number 2 receiver got blown up by the defender, and they lost 6 yards. Maple Mountain's guy does a great job on that block, and they pick up 4 or 5. So put them in a good spot, and they get them to jump.
So now a nice break for Maple Mountain as they get Lehi to go off sides.
5-yard field that results in a first down.
Looks to be Amanteo that jumped off sides, defensive lineman.
Maple Mountain.
All right, now you got to burn some clock. I mean, so far they've run 9 seconds off in 3 plays.
So 1st and 10 now with 8:06 left here in the second quarter. And it's a blitz off the far side. Can he get it out? No, he can't. Wrapped down by the Lehi defense on the far sideline. Sterling Fillmore with the wrap. And that'll set things back once again for the Golden Eagles.
The sack moves the ball all the way back to the
that's too bad. They got that first down, even though it was a penalty. They're going forward. They're moving the ball a little bit. That's tough to take. Essentially a 15, 18-yard sack.
It seems like every time Maple Mountain just catches a break to get themselves back in this one, something brings them right back.
Well, and it's really been the defensive line from Lehi. They've dominated.
Blitz right up the middle. Can he get it out for the screen? No, he can't. And Hyatt having a rough go right now as he's slow to get up in the backfield. He had about 6 Lehi defenders coming at him.
Fantastic play call right there. They had blitz. They threw the screen right to the side the blitz came from. They just weren't able to complete it. Had he completed it, he had nobody out there. He was running for days. So great play call that time. Tough to execute this win, though.
So now it's 3rd and 19 for the home squad in black. It'll be a tough ask to see if they can get this first down, but let's see if they can do it. Hyatt gets the snap. He's got time, but now he's pressured and brought down at the 9-yard line. Lehi making some noise on the defensive line.
Yeah, playing some games up front. They had a stunt on this left side. They brought the outside linebacker
Sack moves the ball
on the far side.
The 10-yard
basically
line.
came untouched.
Vincent Evans with a great tackle in the backfield as the Pioneers are hyped up.
4th and 29.
With 6:50 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, at this point, for the remainder of the half, Maple Mountain has to try and mitigate the damage. They can't let Lehi, with the wind behind them, just score a bunch of touchdowns before the end of it.
So now they've got a punt from their own end zone, but against the wind. Another solid boot. And let's see where they mark this one. They're going to mark it at the 34-yard line. So that's where the Pioneers will start for their next offensive possession.
No, it looks like they're at the 20.
Oh, we had two different marks.
He walked it up.
So now it's the 21, very different. So already you're right near the red zone. You're ready to get things going with 6:31 left to go here in the first half. So now we've seen a lot of different things, but we just saw the the pass open up on that last touchdown to Legend Glasgow. Do you think the Pioneers keep things going with the offensive play calling? Do they mix things up?
Well, I would imagine he's going to hold a lot of his plays closer to his vest, right? He's not going to do anything crazy here. I think he's going to stick with his base. He's probably through his scripted plays now, so he's going to see what the defense is giving him. They're sitting in a cover 2. They got a safety over Glasgow, so I'd imagine he's looking to run the ball.
And it's a handoff to Eka. He goes up the middle, but he's met by the linebacker and defensive core, and maybe gains 1 on the play.
Yeah, you've got to win your individual battles up front, and even though the numbers say run the ball, if your guys aren't making the block and that D lineman beats your O lineman.
Hurry up offense here as it's a read option. Hollingshead's going to keep it. Whoa, and somehow able to gain some yards at the tackle. Actually gave him maybe 3 more. It'll set up a 3rd and short.
Hollingshead brought down on the play by Nash Jackson.
So he held that thinking that D-end's been crashing. That's why we're not running the ball. And that D-end stayed home, made a good play defensively. Quarterback does a nice job running downhill. Took a little bit of a bigger hit probably than his coach wants him to.
3rd and 3 now, ball on the 14-yard line. 5:30 now left here to go in the second quarter.
Again, they're in a cover 2 inside the red zone. Now they're going man.
Hollingshead looking to pass. He's going out to Glasgow again. Easy catch on the fade. And another touchdown for Legend.
What a fantastic throw into the wind. This wind's kind of a cross from the way he threw that. Really good route. Set him up on a little dip step inside and then faded to the pylon. Beautiful throw and catch there. Glasgow's for real.
Legend now with 2 touchdowns here in the second quarter.
Kind of the same situation we just talked about 2 or 3 minutes ago after Lehi scored. Maple Mountain's got to stop the bleeding now. They've got to possess the ball here for a few minutes and get some positive going. Lehi, on the other hand,
Kick is good with 5:16
they're as
to go in the
advertised.
second
I
quarter.
thought they would run the ball a little better than they have, but they're throwing the ball really well.
0.
It's been all Pioneers here in the first half as they lead it 24-0 here on the Rewind Sports Network. Welcome back to Maple Mountain High School here on the Rewind Sports Network. As we remind you, this game is brought to you by Stacy Rogers Real Estate. Magnify Real Estate. Stacy Rogers knows a home is more than walls. It's community, connection, and where memories are made. Whether buying or selling, Stacy brings winning results for Lehigh families. Stacy Rogers, Magnify Real Estate, proud supporter of Pioneer football.
The Golden Eagles will take over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So, Dave, as we were mentioning, Maple Mountain really wanted to run the ball to try and control the clock in their attempt to make this a close game, as Lehi was heavy favorites coming into this one. So what's their attempt now as they find themselves down by 3 possessions with 5:16 now left here in the second quarter?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for them now is build on the little things that they've done. They've done a nice job blocking on the outside. Their receivers have done a good job there. So you see them, they're going empty here. They're going to attack the outside.
Hyatt looking to get the ball off. He's got a great pocket, and he's going to run. And slides for a gain of 4. And that was probably the best pocket we've seen on either side so far here in this game.
Yeah, pretty good job there. Again, he had his eyes up, saw that there was nobody in the middle of the field. Picked up 4 yards, good positive gain. And again, in this win, you don't have the arm strength or the ability to get the ball downfield. You're going to have to take the stuff that's underneath short throws that aren't as affected as much by the wind.
Here's Hyatt once again. He's pressured, able to weave his way out. It looks like it might be a holding call as the catch is rattled in at the 25.
Looks like holding on the offense. Again, that's too bad. The penalty, not only does it negate the yardage, but stops the clock.
Number 6, 10-yard penalty is 5. And then second down.
So 2nd and 7. Pass was intended for Michael Davis on the outside. But it seems like Hyatt actually is having a little bit more time to go through his reads here as they try and put some semblance of a drive together here in this first half.
Feels like that last play he dropped, and he almost kind of was looking at the pass rush instead of his receivers downfield. I'm sorry, a couple of plays ago. So as long as he keeps his eyes downfield, feels the pressure, and then goes and doesn't look at the pressure, he'll be all right. We'll play action.
Hyatt looking over the middle. No one was there. And Lehigh coverage was just in front of it. That'll set up now a 3rd and 17. Back on their own side of the field. Looks like Maple Mountain's just a little bit discombobulated right now as they're trying to play catch-up.
You know, it's so tough to play call and to execute when the D-line is so dominant. And all 4 of those guys across that Lehigh defensive front, they're really difficult to block one-on-one. And so if only one of those 4 wins their battle, then it blows your whole play up. So I like that they're going empty here. Kind of spreads things out.
Here's Hyatt with plenty of time to throw. He's got a spiral and double coverage, and it's almost intercepted by the defense. That was just a prayer thrown up to Kyron Jones.
You know, sometimes you throw that pass, you're thinking, I'm going to hope maybe something good will happen or I'll get a pass interference, but man, that's a tough pass to complete this win.
Murphy Madsen almost with the interception. Senior defensive back, great coverage that time. As the Golden Eagles again are just trying to get anything going, but Lehigh with another chance to increase this score here with 4:24 to go here in the second quarter.
There was some shorter and intermediate stuff that looked like it might have been open that series. Just not a lot of time to look and throw the ball.
Oh, and a great punt from Maple Mountain, and the catch is kneeled right at the 45.
That's a good job there by Glasgow catching the ball this win.
At the 44-yard line.
So many bad things can happen on punt return, so that's a good job by Glasgow.
Brigham Griffiths has been a busy punter all night. That was probably his best boot of the night besides his run he had to convert.
Yeah, he's having a pretty good half. for a punter, you know.
Up once today.
So out comes the Lehi offense as the wind has now affected the cheer squad down below. I mean, it is really gusty out here tonight. So here's the offense, and it's actually going to be a new quarterback in as Lehi is able to weave their way for what looks to be close to a first down. Let's see if they give it to him.
Briggs Jensen in at quarterback.
It's Cameron Wren with the catch, and a first down catch at that. Quarterback is now going to be Briggs Jensen, the junior, coming in here to throw a couple pigskins.
Yeah, nice little in route.
With the ball at the 34-yard line.
Again, just get the ball to your best guy and let him make a play.
Jensen now on another first down, motion, going right to left. And he's going to keep it, but he's met by that Golden Eagles defense behind the line.
Wolfgram did a great job. The end comes up. Penetrated deep enough that they couldn't pull the ball and beat him. He basically played both the running back and the quarterback there and made a fantastic play. And again, DB's coming downhill and making nice plays for Maple Mountain.
That sets up a 2nd and 14 now for this Lehi offense. As Wren and company sub back in. Lehi's got a short play clock right here. Let's see if they can get it off. And it looks like they're going to call it. Looks like they got it off right as it hit zero.
Yeah, they're not giving Lehi any extra time. They're calling that quick. Anything they can do. Good.
Usually in the upper levels, they might give a little bit of lenience if it's close to that zero, but refs are right on it right there.
Yeah, they were watching that one.
Lehi called a timeout prior to the penalty.
There it is.
Lehi, their second charged timeout of the half.
Timeout. Pioneers will take it with them. They lead it 24-0 here with 3 minutes left to go here in the first half. Welcome back out to Maple Mountain High School as we get ready for Lehi trying to up the score here as they lead at 24-0 with new quarterback Briggs Jensen. He's got it, and he's got a nice comeback route on the far side. Legend Glasker making some moves, weaving his way past tackles, loses the ball out of bounds.
Jensen's pass is complete.
That's like about a 15-yard curl route. Put the ball right on the dot. We've got a penalty down here on front of the Maple Mountain sideline. I'm not sure what it was. Holding, it looks like, on somebody with Lehi. Fantastic throw there.
So,
holding, offense, number 66, 10 yards from the previous spot.
Interesting. So, holding against the offense, but as you mentioned, Briggs Jensen, QB2, with a great spot over to Glasker, who was in the right spot at the right time on that comeback route on the far side. I mean, that's not an easy throw to make.
Yeah, he threw a dime right there. I'm not sure who called the holding here. It came from the defensive backfield, but it was called against the offensive lineman from Lehi. So
about a 2nd and 22.
Well, that'll set up a long second down for the Pioneers. And now they're going to go empty here. 5 receivers, 3 on the far side, 2 on the near.
So they're bringing auto blitz.
And there's a catch over to Cutler. He'll bring it out to the 40 for an easy slant.
So that time, Maple Mountain, they've got their 4-man front. There's only 5 blockers, so they brought both linebackers. Lehi does a good job, got the ball out on time, made a good play. Pretty good defensive coverage there, but a little bit better throw and catch.
Gain of 9 on that one. That sets up 3rd and 15 here for Jensen and company. Eka back in the ball game. He'll stand next to Jensen in the backfield.
They got the safety down here over Glasker, so they probably go up to the top side. No, they're looking at Glasker again.
And he's open once again. Makes a nice move up the sideline and gets it up near the 15. What a shifty move that time by Legend Glasker.
Pretty simple routes. He's running hard. He gets off the ball. He's selling the go route. Gets that DB to turn his hips, and he just sits it down. Ball's thrown on time. And he's breaking tackles. So even though they did have double coverage on him that time, it still didn't matter. They got him the ball.
Legend Glasgow with a really impressive first half here, and that's no surprise to anyone following up with this game. The BYU commit is showing up and showing out here in Spanish Fork. Here's a handoff to Eka. Stretch to the outside, weeds his way back inside, puts his way through tackles and into the end zone for another 6 for the Pioneers.
Great blocking up front. Little stretch zone.
18-yard.
They teach you run wide, plant, get downfield. That's what he did. He made one really good step, got upfield into the end zone, broke a tackle. That's really the first time we've seen Maple Mountain miss a tackle in the defensive backfield. So great job there by Lehi.
Lehi sending the dogs here in this first half. With this PAT, they look to be up 31. High snap, drops down and through.
Kick is good.
And it is all Pioneers here against Maple Mountain as they lead at 31-0 with 1:56 to go here in the first half. We'll be right back after these few messages. Welcome back out to Maple Mountain High School. As we remind you, this game's brought to you by Camson Electric. Need a spark? Camson Electric lights up homes and businesses with expert service and serious style. From upgrades to installs, we do it all. Visit CamsonElectric.com and bring your vision to light.
Hammond's kick lands in the end zone.
So Maple Mountain now, 2-minute offense. You got 1:56 now left here to go. What's the plan here? We've seen they've started to go with the passing attack. They've had opportunities, but just haven't been able to convert.
You know, their best play's been empty, 3-step drop, quarterback run. So maybe you work in a little bit of empty with your quarterback looking to run the ball some, but he's got to get the ball out quick. You've got to take the stuff that's open underneath. You can't try and throw a 25, 30-yard route in this wind. It just doesn't, too hard.
Quick pass outside, and it's intercepted, and it'll be a pick 6.
Hyatt's pass is intercepted.
Murphy Matson into the end zone as tensions flare between the two teams.
Wow, Lehi's flexing their muscles now. What a great job there defensively by Lehi. Stepped right in front of them. And, you know, Lehi knows he's got to throw the short stuff, too, and they did a good job defensively.
Lehi showing up on all fronts, but looked to be a little bit of a meeting there in the end zone. Flares tempered up. Obviously, as you mentioned, it's frustrating on one side when you're clearly on Maple Mountain side, down big and early, and so that can bring up emotions as you're just trying to fight your way for some semblance of life.
Yeah, and this is a great chance for the Maple Mountain coaches to teach these kids about being mentally strong. Things aren't always going to go your way. You've got to battle through. You've got to, you know, embrace the things that are difficult, get over yourself, get back in the huddle and do your job. And so we'll see how Maple Mountain reacts. It's, you know, it's an uphill battle. This Lehi team is for real.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 11, Lehi. Number 72, Maple Mountain. Those penalties offset. That is the first unsportsmanlike conduct for both players.
So Taki for the Pioneers, Archibald for Maple Mountain with the unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. They will offset. But Lehi now with some serious control here in this first half.
Yeah, those guys, those penalties, you can't get another one or you're out the next week, right? So Lehi's coaches, I'm sure they've got a big game against Mountain Ridge next week. They're telling their kids, look, you've got one now. You can't say another word to an official or another player,
kick is good,
or you're out.
150 remaining until
you know, and we talked pregame about Region 3 expectations. And as you mentioned, Lehi plays, as always, it's a daunting schedule once you get into region play. So what's it like when you set up a game like this to kind of get the gears going as you get ready for what should be some exciting games against Corner Canyon, Sky Ridge? I mean, what's it like as you kind of get yourself prepped for those?
At this point, I think they're going to run their basic stuff, their base. They're going to get a bunch of guys looks. I would be surprised if they piled any more on with Glasgow. Lehi wants to get out of this healthy without showing too much of their offense or too much of their scheme. And they really haven't shown a lot defensively. It's been base defense the whole time. But I think, you know, I like what they're doing. They're getting two quarterbacks some time to throw the ball.
You know, and actually in week 3, they travel to Idaho. We see with a lot of these Region 3 teams, they actually like to travel a little bit, find some tougher schedules. We see, like last year, Corner Canyon likes to play teams from Vegas, those teams with national attention. They travel up to Highland, Idaho. So I don't know if you've had experience as a coach where you've been able to travel and play some out-of-state teams.
Yeah, we at Alta for a lot of years traveled, played some of the top teams in the country. One year we went up and played Bellevue in Seattle. We were their 55th straight win.
Wow.
They had won a national championship. Played Crenshaw down in California, kicked the tar out of them. Played Don Bosco Prep, who was 2-time national champions. They came and played us at Real. So, and you know, they do a really great job. Idaho, they've got kind of an Idaho versus Utah tournament. It's not really a tournament, but it's a full day of games of Utah-Idaho teams. So it's a lot of fun to go up and do that.
So let's see what Hyde and the offense can come up with after the pick 6 on their last possession. It's going to be a handoff to the outside, and Davis is brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I like that they're running it. You want to get out of this half, get into the halftime, try and compose yourself. But back to the, you know, when you travel as a team, there's a lot of opportunity to bond, and you do things at night together as a team and as a coaching staff and as the kids that you don't get that when you just play home games and in-state games. So that's one of the advantages. Plus, you also get to see how you stack up against, you know, the other teams.
Hyatt with the design QB run, and he might lose a yard on the play. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage.
We actually played that Highland team that they're going up to play. Maybe 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. They're a good program.
Going to bring about a first.
And I mean, Lehi even coming down to Spanish Fork. I mean, it's not traveling to Idaho or traveling to Vegas or Seattle, but I mean, you have these opportunities in non-region play to even travel just a little bit across the state. I understand it's in the same county, but you just get that opportunity you don't at a home game. Here's Hyatt. Lots of time. Now he's going to move his way up. Great pressure that time by the defense. And he's tackled after a gain of 2. So Taki with the tackle.
Lehi takes a timeout. He's trying to get in the end zone one more time before the end of the half.
Lehi, the third and final timeout of the half.
Maybe they've got some sort of an end of the half play that they want to work on.
Let's see what the Pioneers can come up with. I mean, you have a lot of time, as you mentioned. They'll work with their base, but this might give you some opportunities like a practice would to try and set up some scenarios, right? You have 16 seconds left.
Yeah. You know, another thing that we used to do in a game like this, sometimes we would put plays in that we would never think of running against another team, just so another defensive coordinator has to spend time in practice dealing with this crazy formation or this, you know, off-the-wall scheme, and you're never going to run it actually. So you might see something crazy out of Lehi just to get into the heads of some of their later opponents.
We've got 2 returners in the backfield for the Pioneers, as it's another good boot. They'll fair catch it at the 47-yard line.
Fair catches the ball.
So with 19 seconds to go, Pioneers now might be set up for another score here.
Lehi's punt return guys have done a good job possessing the ball. As you know, you kind of take that for you don't take that as serious as you should. But as an offensive coordinator, that ball's in the air. You're praying that guy doesn't drop the ball because you want it bad. You want it back. So he's got 19 seconds. Let's see what he does. It looks like he's got a little bit of a. He's got Glasgow on the far side.
So here's the pass over to the far side. It's caught. Here's Wren out to the outside, able to get out of bounds.
Hollinshead's pass is complete to Wren.
Yeah, good job.
Stop the clock.
Get a chance to work a little 2-minute-0 here. You always want to have the ball at the end of the half.
Enough to pick up a
in this situation, not necessarily because you need the points, but so that you can learn how to execute when you're going against the clock.
Hollingshead back in the game for the Pioneers after taking a couple drives off. He gets the snap. He's got a lot of time. Steps up in the pocket. Beautiful throw to the outside. A cut inside that time from his receiver. And timeout most likely going to be called here by Lehi. Actually, they're going to keep things rolling.
No, they've got time. They can get up, spike it, or get one last play.
They're going to go with a quick pass. Here's Wren.
Hollingshead's pass.
And let's see if they were able to get out before the clock expired. They won't, and that'll do it for the first half. Lehigh leads it 38-0 here at Maple Mountain. Welcome back out to Maple Mountain High School as we get ready for second half action between the Golden Eagles and the Lehigh Pioneers. Nate Thatcher alongside Dave Harrison. And Dave, we just saw Lehigh just put on a barn burner there in the first 2 quarters. And it really led because of, number one, field position, but number two, they gave it to their star players, namely Legend Glasgow.
Yeah, and, you know, they did kind of what we expected they would do. Maple Mountain did a good job early of kind of slowing down their offense, but once they started getting the ball to Glasgow and Eka, man, it's tough to stop that Lehigh offense. So, you know, it's going to be a running clock the second half. Both teams, we might have 4 or 5 total possessions this whole second half. So Lehigh's probably going to have their starters this first series. They hope to go down and score, and then I'm sure they're going to start pulling some of their starters out of the game.
So let's see what we pull together here in the second half as the kick is going to be attempted to be returned as Lehigh still up on their feet. Hello, Makayo is able to get past a couple defenders, but he's dragged down near the 29.
You know, Maple Mountains, they're not going away. They're battling, they're hitting, they're not giving up. I mean, it's really tough to keep your head up when you're down 38 at half. But man, they haven't gone anywhere yet, and I expect they're going to give everything they've got this second half.
10 for the Pioneers at the
try and find something that they can build on for next week.
A reminder, this game is brought to you by Advanced Orthopedics. They're the official team doctors and medical providers for Lehigh Athletics. Advanced Orthopedics has been bringing collegiate-level care to the community for over 10 years. As the pass is incomplete that time, Hollingshead couldn't find his receiver and couldn't connect that time out with Micaiah.
It's kind of the first off-schedule throw we've seen from Lehigh where he's had to get out of the pocket and move and throw it on the run. Tough to be accurate again to this wind. The wind shifted a little bit. It's more across the field, but it's still into Lehigh's face.
So the referee having to remind the game clock operator to keep this a moving clock, as there's just about 11 minutes now left here in the third quarter, just a minute in. Hand off to Eka. He's out to the outside following his offensive lineman. Following the tail, gets a nice gain out to the 46-yard line.
Anytime your running back can put his hand on the back of his O-lineman for 15 yards down the field, that's a pretty good play.
Eka, I mean, you could say he's had a quiet first half, but he's made the most out of his runs when he's been given the ball.
Yeah, I would expect you'll probably see him get a couple of more looks here on this series, especially if it's the only series that they're going to get to play. They haven't seen a lot from the tight end, Brighton. They may try and get the ball to a couple of other guys who may not have touched the ball in that first half.
Here's Hollingshead. Quick pass out. And nice defensive stop that time by Maple Mountain. It's Cooper Ross on the tackle.
Pass is complete to Brian Newton.
Another good job rallying to the ball by the defensive backs for Maple Mountain. That's kind of been a shining point for them. Their DBs have done a good job coming up, making plays in the run game.
Brighton U on the reception that time. It'll set up a 2nd and 12 now.
Yeah, and I think probably they wanted to get the ball to Brighton at least once or twice in this second half.
So Glasgow and Wren on the far side. It'll be Cutler near sideline. Hollingshead in the backfield. He'll motion, tight end. Had some movement up front, and there's the flag to finally call it.
Yeah, kind of hoping that we get away from the officials in this second half. I love the officials, don't get me wrong. They serve a purpose for sure. But man, it slows the football game down when they're flag happy. That one was obvious. They had to throw the flag, though. He jumped across the line of scrimmage. You can tell he kind of didn't want to throw it. He kind of had to because everybody saw it.
We saw all the players pointing at each other. So now it's a 2nd and 7. Ball on the 49-yard line of Lehi. Hollingshead gets the snap, and here comes another flag.
Ball start, offense, number 10. 5-yard penalty. Makes 2nd down.
So once again, we saw and we mentioned in the first half, lots of penalties being thrown on both of these teams. Could be due to week 1 jitters, but I mean, it's happening on back-to-back plays, but opposing teams, it's happening to both sides.
Yeah. It just bugs me because then the clock stops.
Exactly. And you can the referees have already mentioned they want this clock to keep going.
Come on. It's like, well, hold that flag. Don't let it burn a hole in your pocket.
Looks like some heavy pressure up front before the snap. Now they'll back off. Wheel route out to Eka.
Uh-oh.
He's got a moment of space. Cut back inside. Takes it down to the 20 of Maple Mountain.
Hey, what a beautiful throw right there. They showed that they were coming double-A gap blitz, and then they dropped at the snap. He still executed the ball to the back out of the backfield. That's a really great read, good throw.
You really see those wheels running when he's got some open field.
Yeah, it looked to me like there for a minute he was going to be gone, but again, I like that play call. Into the wind, a little short throw like that, that's a perfect read.
As we mentioned in the first half, he had 13 touchdowns last season, averaged almost 7 yards a carry. As you can see, he's also a threat in the passing game as well, especially that wheel route they've already used a couple times tonight. Handoff, stretch, left side, lots of room for Eka. Skips a tackle to the 5, bullies his way into the end zone, and it's a touchdown for Lehi.
That's a beautiful run, and you know, I love seeing Glasgow out there blocking. A lot of times these really good wide receivers or prima donnas, they don't think they've got a block. Glasgow 2 plays in a row with the key block downfield.
And we mentioned at the beginning of that possession, Devon had a quiet first half. He really made his presence known on their first possession here in the third.
Yeah, I think Coach Hatfield wanted to probably establish a little bit of the run with him, let him have a series or two in this second half where he got the ball a bunch, and he's going to be happy with what he saw there.
And it is all Pioneers here on week 1 as they lead it 45-0 with 7:51 remaining in the third quarter. We'll be right back here on the Rewind Sports Network.
With a Tab Spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Welcome back out to Maple Mountain. As we remind you, this Rewind Sports Network game is brought to you by Camson Electric. Power up your space with Camson Electric. Trusted, skilled, and ready for your next project. From lighting to full installs, we've got you covered. Visit CamsonElectric.com and let's get started today. So Maple Mountain now with a chance to try and get something on the board, as we saw the Pioneers. Halftime did not stop them one bit.
No, nice way to come out and establish what they wanted to do to start the second half.
And the return out by Ross. He found the outside, but he's tackled at what looks to be the 23-yard line. That's where Hyatt and company will set up.
To the 23-yard line before being brought down by...
See what Maple Mountain saw at halftime, came up with. Usually they're not wholesale changes that you make at halftime, but you'll notice a little thing here and there that might be available to you. We'll see what they come up with coming out of the locker room. And they just want to get points. At this point, Maple Mountain, all they're thinking, we've got to score some points. Somehow, some way, get on the board.
Here's Hyde in the shotgun, another quick pass. And it is read immediately by that Lehi defense. None other, that time, by Murphy Madsen, who had the pick 6 there in the first half.
Yeah, that's the third or fourth time we've seen that play. This time, the safety, instead of sitting deep, he comes down hard. That typically would set up a little pump and go on that play. We'll see if Maple Mountain does that or not, but it's set up watching that safety fly.
Cruz Serra, the receiver that time, he's been looked at in a couple moments in tonight's game. I mean, we mentioned Brooks Ross has the speed to be able to get on the outside. He was able to beat a defender one time, but the pass was short. He just hasn't been involved that much in the offense, but he seems to be the deep threat if they want to use him. Thought about a quick pass. Here's Hyatt now trying to escape the pocket. And he'll gain a yard on the play. That'll set up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, he's starting to feel that pressure. He knows it's coming. And almost comes off his read a little bit too quick because he knows that's coming.
Moves the ball up to the 22-yard line.
The defensive ends seem to be making their presence known because he's stepping up in the middle, and that's where he's escaping and not able to gain enough yardage.
Yeah, he's done a nice job getting underneath those defensive ends.
So an empty set now for Hayden Hyatt. 3rd and 11, ball on their own 21. He's got some time. He's pressured. He's trying to go outside. Ball's overthrown. And so Maple Mountain not able to get anything going here to start the second half.
Yeah, boy, this Lehi defense is making it tough on Maple Mountain to really, I mean, there's just no time, right? No time to get the ball out. No time to make a read. I mean, it's just tough when you're playing against a team as talented as Lehi is.
Glasgow and Fabrizio back for the Pioneers.
So the clock operator still stopping the clock right now. Referees having to give a couple of reminders to remind that it is a running clock here in the second half. Here's another booted punt. Wind now helping him out just a little, but it's way out of bounds. Let's see where they mark this.
Man, that was the highest snap I've ever seen. They've got to take some time off of that. They got to get that ball back to the punter quicker. That could be trouble.
Griffith's punt sails out of bounds at the 46-yard line.
So now Lehi will start once again in opponent territory at the 46. We mentioned we'd expect to see the starters for the first series, but it looks like the backups are coming in here for the second one.
Yeah, definitely different O-line. Couple of same receivers, but Passer's not in there. Eck is not in there.
High snap. Jensen's going to keep. And on the read option, he gets a nice gain of about 5 on the left side in midfield. So good keep that time by Brooks Jensen. We saw him in a couple series in that first half. He's putting together a good game as a QB too.
Hey, I'll tell you, if you're going to want to come in and make an impression, he's really done a good job of doing that. These are valuable reps for a backup quarterback to get. You never know when your backup's going to need to take you to a state championship.
Exactly. I mean, we've seen that at a lot of levels where quarterback depth is really necessary if you want to compete for championships. So here's Jensen looking for that quick out route, and he's got it. Tackle is able to be made, but Haloa Makayo able to stretch out for a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Good job, Maple Mountain rallying to the ball again. Again, not letting Lehi break tackles on the outside.
Excuse me, Jackson Lattimore there with the reception.
It'll be 3rd and 2 for the Pioneers.
Good job. He got the ball out quick, found his guy open. That corner who was dropping came down hard, so you may see them try and sneak a little go route behind that corner with that out route in front of him. Probably not at this point with a score like it is, but
there's a handoff up the middle as Sam Verbecki is met immediately behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set up a 4th down.
Stopped by Scarborough.
And it looks like the Pioneers are once again going to try and go for it. Nothing to lose here.
Yeah, might as well.
The 40-yard line where it'll be 4th down.
You punt it, it's only going to go 10, 15, 20 yards anyway.
Wind definitely a factor down here in Spanish Fort.
4th and 4.
Saw a couple of dark clouds on the other side, but hopefully no lightning strikes, so we don't get a lightning delay over here. But here's a 4th and 4. Jensen looking to get that pass out. He's got the wheel right out to Verbecki, and he's got it. And it's a 1st down, Pioneers.
He laid the wood, too, on the DB.
And now we've had a couple Golden Eagles down.
Pass is complete to Verbecki.
Hopefully he's okay. That was a fantastic
and it's going to be a timeout for an injury. We'll take it with him. It's Lehi 45, Maple Mountain 0 here on the Rewind Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Austin Strong, CEO of Tab Bank. As a former high school athlete in the state of Utah, I recognize how big of a role high school sports can play in developing student athletes' lives, even outside of the sports they play. For me, high school sports taught me how to work as a team, how to lead through adversity, how to share success, and how to face all challenges. While I didn't become a professional athlete, it was these skills that gave me a head start in life after my high school career was over. That's why Tab Bank is proud to sponsor KSL Sports Rewind's mission to highlight and promote student athletes and the communities in which they play. As a proud Bonneville Laker, I know the importance of the role a community plays in the success of a team, and I wanted to create a banking environment that gave our customers that Friday Night Lights feeling of community and togetherness. Our goal is to provide you a premium banking experience that will help aid you to accomplish any goal that you have in your life. We believe that whether you are a heavy favorite or the battle-tested underdog, Tab Bank can provide you a winning game plan for any of your financial needs.
With a Tab Spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Welcome back out to Maple Mountain as Gavin Mitchell took a big hit on that last fourth down conversion. He was down for a while, but good to see him up on his feet.
Yeah, it's always a scary situation. You never know what's going to happen in one of those. And we had a kid a few years back break his neck at Alta in a situation just like that. So I'm really happy to see him up walking off the field.
Yeah, it's definitely difficult to see moments like that, especially for young kids like this. And in a game like this, too, where you're getting time to get some playing time here. And, I mean, you just take a hard hit like that, and just like you said, you just don't really know what will happen.
Well, the fact he's walking off, that's a good sign. So hopefully it's a stinger or something like that, not a concussion, not a spinal issue, because those are the scary ones.
So Briggs, Jensen, and company will be able to have another go at this as they convert it on fourth down. He's going to hand it off to Rebecki, left side, following his blocks, and a beautiful seam up the left side. He takes it up and dives for the end zone. They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 3-yard line. But what a run that time by Sam Rebecki.
Really nice job by the offensive line.
Make that the 3-yard line.
Sealed the edge, kicked out the end. Then again, third play in a row, we've seen those Lehi receivers blocking downfield doing a good job. So they struggled a little early in the game with that. They've made an adjustment, and they're doing a fantastic job on the outside. Those receiver blocks are touchdown blocks. You know, the O-line, they're going to get you the first down, but those receivers, they're the ones that are going to help you break those long ones for touchdowns.
We've seen some gray blocking tonight from Lehi. Very well executed on the outside. Sets up a 1st and goal here from the 3. Jensen in the shotgun for Becky. Play action. It's going to be a roll option out to the tight end. And not able to make his way into the end zone as he stopped at the 1-yard line.
Pass is complete.
It's tough to get the defense to bite on a play action when you're not able to run the ball, right? I like the play call a lot. But if they're not flowing with the running back and you haven't been able to run the ball, it's really tough to get that linebacker to take that step inside that you need to open up that route up.
Brighton Yu with the reception that time, able to gain a yard. So let's see what Lehi comes up here once again with a short yard in front of them, between them and 6 more points. Jensen, handoff for Becky. He was met behind, but can he push his way in?
They're going to mark him
looks
short.
Like they're going to mark him at literally probably the half-yard line.
Becky was stopped short.
So Maple Mountain able to make a small stand right here. And we saw it earlier in the first half. They've actually played pretty well when their backs are up against the wall.
And that's something the coaches can build on, right? They can say we stopped them, they were inside the 10. We shut them down. We made a play. So if they could do it again right here, that would be another nice thing that they could build on for.
In Lehi's position, when you have a short field like this, what's it like calling plays? Because obviously it's limited because of the field.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at this point, defense has to sell out. It's pretty tough to guard one-on-one at the goal line, but they did it.
Yeah, once again, great wrap-up and tackles on the outside. We do have a flag, and it looks like it is going to be a holding. Well, let's see what they actually call it on.
Yeah, you know, if you're at the 1 yard line and you've got Lehi's offensive line, I think as a play caller, you're going to run the ball. I mean, if we were inside the 5 yard line and it was first down, we would just run it until we got in, unless we were against a team that we knew we couldn't do that. And then you run some rub routes or you run something counter, you know, you run a man route because you're always going to get man route down at the goal line. Most times you're going to get man defense down at the goal line. So, but really, here at the 1 yard line, you got to be able to pound that in.
We only saw one run play so far on this first and goal series.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 2, Lehi. Number 3, Maple Mountain. Those penalties offset. This is the first unsportsmanlike conduct for both players.
So Lehi's going to go for it. They've had 2 pass plays, 1 run play. And now they're still set up at the 2 yard line. Let's see what they come up with right here.
Quarterback might keep it. Nope.
Handoff for Becky, right up the middle, just as you mentioned, their strength. And it gives them 6 more points.
Yeah, good job following your hogs. You like to do that for the offensive line because there's not a lot that they get recognized for, but if you can pound the ball in inside the red zone, that's a feather in that offensive line's cap.
And that puts the Pioneers over the half-century mark. Meanwhile, up the road, Alta currently trailing Springville 20-14. So we've got a couple close games across the valley today, but it's been all Pioneers here at Spanish Fork.
Yeah, this is the longest quarter with a running clock I've ever seen. There it goes, it's running again.
Under a minute to go now here in this third quarter as the PAT is up and in. Lehi now leads it 52-0 here at Maple Mountain here on the Rewind Sports Network.
Lehi 52, Maple Mountain.
Welcome back to the UCCU Saving Spotlight.
Today's play of the day goes to Becky, a single mom who just got her son Max a youth debit card from UCCU.
This is a big win for Max, who knows that UCCU mobile banking makes it easy for his mom to add money to his debit card anytime.
It's also a big win for Becky, who knows it also makes it easy to monitor her child's spending anytime. Final score, 1 happy son, 1 responsible mom.
With the assist from UCCU.
Welcome back out to Maple Mountain here on the Rewind Sports Network as we remind you this game is brought to you by Jersey Mike's. You haven't had a real sub sandwich until you've had it Mike's way at Jersey Mike's. Onions, lettuce, tomatoes, and of course the juice, red wine, vinegar, and olive oil. Get over to Jersey Mike's Subs and experience the Mike's way difference. They have 2 locations in Lehi. And here comes Maple Mountain on the kick return. And they are brought down at the 17.
Lehi's looked really good on their special teams. You know, the little things like stopping the returner before he gets to the 20-yard line. Something that they work on, that they think about, they talk about. So they've done a really good job covering all the kicks tonight, other than the fake punt, which I don't know if it was actually a fake or if he just ran. But that's really the only thing that Lehi hasn't dominated, the special teams.
So the Golden Eagles starting at their own 17. Let's see if they get a playoff before this third quarter ends. They do. It's a pitch off to the right side for a gain of 2. And that is how we will end this third quarter. Lehi just 12 minutes away from getting their first win of the 2025 season here on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. Welcome back out to Maple Mountain High School for fourth quarter action here between the Lehi Pioneers. As we remind you, this game is brought to you by Stacy Rogers Real Estate. Magnify Real Estate. Stacy Rogers knows a home is more than walls. It's community, connection, and where memories are made. Whether buying or selling, choose Stacy Rogers. Magnify Real Estate, proud supporter of Pioneer football. So we've got a running clock as a reminder here in this second half. Hyatt looking to go deep. He's got a man out there. Caught by Brooks Ross. And that's the catch they've been waiting for this entire game.
Yeah, Maple Mountain needed something good to happen.
Olsen on the tackle for Lehi.
Nice throw. Got it up in the air.
All the way up to the 41-yard line. Where does it
counted for the win, and he went up, high pointed the ball. Really good catch there for Maple Mountain.
And a sigh of relief from the Golden Eagles sideline as they're able to see something good happen. As a run up the middle is met at the line of scrimmage for no gain. But as you mentioned, Brooks Ross has the capability to get past coverage, especially on those deep routes. And now they're finally able to convert. It's good to see him finally get a catch.
Yeah, really good throw there. Good catch.
Hyatt, 2nd and 10, empty formation. Oh, and a linebacker straight up the gut. Able to get a quick throw outside. And a good catch on the far sideline by Kyron Jones.
Yeah, anytime you line up in an empty formation, typically the weak side flat is uncovered. So he did a nice job there, made the good read, good throw.
High snap for Hyatt. Delayed handoff up the middle. And a good gain near the first down marker. And they're going to give it to him.
Able to pick up the first down. Harris on the tackle. They're going to spot the ball there at the 30 or at the.
Looks like Lyndon Robinson, the senior running back,
another Golden Eagle
with the carry up the gut. And so now this looks like a team that's finally finding some juice, although they're not going to come out with a win here tonight. They're really seeing their offense come to fruition here in these final few minutes.
Yeah, they want, Lehi's got their backups in. It gives Maple Mountain a chance to actually execute some of these plays, win up front. And it's good to see that they're making some plays. Nice pick up there on the blitz.
Oh, and a fumble by Hyatt as he tried to roll out and escape pressure, which you just hate to see, as he was trying to give himself some more time to get a deep bomb out. But that's going to set themselves way back for a loss of 10.
Moves the ball back to the 40-yard line where it's going to bring up a 2nd and 19.
Will linebacker blitz that time from Lehi. Running back did step up into the hole, did a pretty good job of picking him up, but the pressure kind of pushed the quarterback out of the pocket.
As a coach, what are you looking to see from JV guys that have the chance to come in and play in a varsity game?
Oh, you want to see who makes plays, right? You want to see that the bright lights aren't too much for them, because a lot of times these JV kids get in the game and their mind goes blank and they're seeing stars and they run to the wrong sideline or whatever. It's nice. It's good to be able to see who's going to actually make a play when they have a chance.
And this backup Lehi defense has really shown their culture really spreads throughout their whole roster on that side of the ball.
Yeah, they've rallied to the ball. Again, they haven't done a whole lot up front blitz-wise. They've run some games with the stunt there and an A-gap blitz, but.
And a good catch on a medium out route. Sarah with a reception, and that makes it about a 4th and 17. And no doubt they're going to try and go for this.
Yeah, might as well go for it. This has by far been their best drive of the game. It'd be nice to see them get another positive gain here. We'll see what Lehi does against the empty.
Quick snap. Now they're going to look for an audible here.
Quarterback draw might be there. Nope, they moved it back into the middle.
Hyatt now looking to throw. He's looking on that left side, pressured once again. He's got time, and he's got a man out there just over the hands of Brooks Ross, who was able to get over the coverage again. But it's going to be a turnover on downs.
Good job to escape the pressure there and to be able to get rid of the ball. He almost made the play.
Do you wonder if when he played against the wind in that second quarter, does that alter the quarterback's thinking of how deep or how much strength he has to put in those throws?
Yeah, usually you're not thinking about that, right? As a quarterback, you've thrown all summer, you know where the ball's going to go if you throw it this hard, and then all of a sudden you come out here and you got 20, 25-mile-an-hour gusts. It does get in your head a little bit.
So Briggs Jensen and the Lehi Pioneers back out for another series. He's been looking really good tonight, even as the QB2. Let's see if they can come up with some more points. Handoff up the left side. And after a gain of 5,
brought down by McGarry.
That's where they'll stop on that first down run. Looks like the handoff was off to James Rex, the sophomore carrier.
Hanging on the tackle. Picks up 5 yards.
A little life on the Maple Mountain sideline, even though they didn't get into the end zone. You could feel a little more noise in the stands, and the kids are still engaged, and you want to see that as a coach, that your kids aren't, moping around on the sideline.
Handoff off the right side. Lots of space once again, and it looks like a first down is gained.
The ball carrier.
James Rex with a few good runs now to start off this possession. Pioneers moving once again thanks to some great blocking up front.
The results of the play bring about a first down with the ball at the 47.
I've really been impressed with Lehi's backup quarterback. Lehi's kind of it's not corner canyon as far as quarterbacks, but it's pretty close. Ed Larson did a great job over the years with the quarterbacks there, and they've always had a bunch of good kids that throw the ball down there.
I mean, you look at a lot of quarterback state records. Lehi has them up there in the charts. 2017.
Wilson Thomas on the tackle for the
Cooper, I believe, was Cameron Cooper, who was a commit to Washington State back in the day. Holds a lot of quarterback records, but.
Yeah, I know all about that. They beat us 72-66 in triple overtime, and he had 10 touchdowns. So, I know. I know about the Lehi quarterback's records. Polker had, 6, 8 touchdowns against us that day. Yeah, they
I mean, when you're in a region like Region 3, it's like you got to produce a lot of really good talent and have good depth.
Yeah, to compete. But you know what? These guys have the tools.
Play action pass, roll out. Caught on the far side. Gain of about 5 that time. Tight end Dane Reichert with the reception.
Again, that's tough. You're going to your left. Did a good job. Flipped his hips. Got the ball out quick as soon as he saw his receiver was open. Again, good execution by Lehi.
6-yard line where it's going to be a 3rd and 2 for the Pioneers.
So as you mentioned, next week Lehi is going to be playing Mountain Ridge, and my apologies, we mentioned it was Highland. They're actually going to be playing Kuna up in Idaho.
Yeah.
Outside of Boise. That, they play Desert Hills from St. George. So a lot of travel here for this Pioneer squad in the non-region games.
Nice little stretch zone there for Lehi. Picked up another first down. Yeah, I'm not sure how Desert Hills is going to be this year, right?
Short of the line to gain.
It's fun to go on a trip like that. We did a few St. George trips, a few trips to Vegas over the years, and it's fun just to go on the road with the guys. I don't know how the competition's going to be. I don't see Desert Hills competing with Lehi.
That last carry was a run by Daxton Kocherhans. That'll set up a 4th and 1.
Go on 2, see if you can get him to jump.
Here's a pass, wheel route out to the back. Easy first down and more. And that'll set the Pioneers up inside the 30.
That's a 4th time they've completed that. Every time Maple Mountain shows double A gap blitz, even though they're dropping their linebackers, they put them in a tough position to be able to get out and cover the back out of the backfield when they show that blitz. And so I don't know if it's an auto route that they've got or just great play calling, but 4 times in a row that's been there.
So running clock now, 4.5 minutes left to go here in this one. Jensen in the backfield. They're just going to keep running this rock. Nice cut up the middle. And a gain of about 4.
Good job. O-line again for Lehi, just resetting the line of scrimmage 3 or 4 yards down the field.
25-yard line where it's going to be
makes it nice for that running back to get downhill and make a cut. Already going north and south.
It's been Daxton Kocherhans now for this series as they've been running the ball, but excellent blocking up front, as you mentioned. It's been allowing for space for all their running backs. And it looks like we have a timeout that'll be taken.
It's like an injured offensive lineman for Lehi. Almost got to the sideline, took a knee.
And clock stopped for just a moment.
Well, by doing that, he reset the game clock, right? By going out, he's hurt. If he kneels down, it's an injury timeout, and they reset. So
2nd and 6, ball on the 25. Here's another run right at the middle. Daxton able to gain about 4. It'll set up a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, now this is just inside zone. They're just leaning on Maple Mountain. And, you know, when they're 30, 40 pounds bigger than you, late in the 4th quarter, it's tough for those D linemen.
Looks like a gain of 1.
We talked about the schedule coming up for the Pioneers. Meanwhile, for Maple Mountain, they'll be playing at Riverton next week. And then before region play starts, they'll play at home once again against Pineview before starting region play at Pleasant Grove.
Well, Pleasant Grove, I think, was down a couple of touchdowns to American Fork tonight. They're new to this, to 5A. Pleasant Grove's been a 6A team for a long time.
There's a penalty marker on the play.
Yeah, Maple Mountain, Riverton, you know, not historically a great football program there, so Maple Mountain has a chance to kind of rebound, catch their breath. They're going to look at their kids after this game and say, "You are never going to play a tougher team than this. This year, this is the toughest test we're going to have." And so, you know, there's something to look forward to.
From the spot of the foul. Repeat 3rd down.
And Pineview, I think, you know, they're going to have a chance to compete. You know, Maple Mountain, they're gutsy. These kids show up, they hit, they fill their gaps. They may be outweighed by 30, 40 pounds, but, you know, they've played a pretty tough football game. I'm impressed with them.
They had their coaching change happen a little bit later in the offseason, so their coach Schwenke said they were behind schedule in trying to construct this roster. But as you mentioned, this is their toughest game of the year on paper. The second one I could see would be Orem at the end of the season as a great sack by the Golden Eagles defense. Gives them something to think about there on the defensive side of the ball. But the Orem Tigers have been the team to beat so far in this preseason rankings and pollings coming out, and that's their final game of the year. So before then, you got a lot of teams in between. I think it's nice they start and finish with these tough contests to kind of get them seasoned.
They'll know what they've, you know, kind of what the bar is. It's been set. They know this is how good the best teams in the state are. And, you know, at the end of the year, you never know. Anything can happen. Springville just about knocked off Ormond last year at the end of the year, and Ormond came back and won at the very end. So anything can happen, especially in region play.
So Bodie Hammond with an attempt at a 50-yard field goal. As we have a timeout.
Yeah, they wanted to let him get set. Heck yeah. Give a kid a chance to kick the ball in the wind. Put a 50-burger on.
To Riverton.
Earlier, the wind was going with the numbers, so we were going left to right, right to left. Now it's coming sideline to sideline a little bit.
Yeah.
So with a 50-yard kick like this, that adds the challenge, right, of trying to angle that kick into the right side of the wind.
You kind of want to hook it.
Right.
You know, like have the wind help you a little bit with your distance. And I don't know what kind of leg he's got. But, you know, 50 yards is a 50-yarder. If you can put that on your resume, that's a pretty good kick.
In golf terms, are we looking for a fade or a draw
No,
here?
I think a big high draw.
Yeah.
Start it just right of the green and bring it right onto the flag.
Nice opportunity here for Bodie to try and get a big kickoff here in the first game of the season. Kick is away.
Oh, he did.
Oh, and they're going to call it. They say it went through, and the 50-yarder for Lehi. Everything going their way. Offense, defense, and special teams now.
Yeah, what a kick. It didn't get over that bar by much, but
Lehi,
the officials are both down there.
0.
So 55 for the Pioneers. It's a pretty good start.
That probably has to make you feel good as a kicker to get something like that under your belt and without the pressure here in a late game situation.
Yeah. Yeah, now you know you can do it. Now you know you got that kick.
Last year we saw a lot of kicking records broke by Murray's former kicker, Dylan Curtis. I mean, he was nailing 70-yarders, 60-yarders pregame, set a ton of records. And now he's actually been playing up on the hill up at the University of Utah. And so, I mean, we've seen some good special teams players come throughout Utah football and being able to kind of spread their talent out throughout the country and the college ranks.
I remember a kid at Bingham, Maxfield, his last name was a kicker. set. I think he kicked a 62 or 63-yarder his senior year. It was back in the day when Bingham and Alton dominated everything. Pleasant Grove had some good teams back then, but yeah, Maxfield, maybe the best place kicker I can remember seeing in the state. But yeah, Dylan Curtis was good too last year.
So now in this, you mentioned some of the powerhouses that were 10 years ago in Utah high school football. Would you say that Region 3, it really is, they are the powerhouses?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Lone Peak, Sky Ridge, Lehi, Quarter Canyon, they're all right there geographically close. Those are the 4 best programs in the state, I think. And, you know, Orem, obviously. Everybody's really high on Orem, but yeah, Region 3 is a juggernaut.
Nice run into the outside that time by J.J. Bentil as the freshman quarterback Cole Allred now into the game. We mentioned before there was a little bit of a quarterback competition between the senior Hayden Hyatt and this freshman Cole Allred in summer camp. I mean, to be in a quarterback battle at all as a freshman, it speaks pretty highly to what your ceiling could be as a quarterback.
Yeah, you got to be a special athlete to be able to compete at the varsity level at that age. Probably won't be able to throw the ball. There's only 30 seconds left, but maybe they'll get him one throw.
This could be a good time to bring up our Tab Bake moment of the game. And Dave, what do you believe is the moment that should be sponsored from this contest tonight?
I think the touchdown to Glasgow in the corner of the end zone. As soon as the quarterback sees man coverage, no safety help on the outside, you're at the 30-yard line. I think that was kind of the defining moment. That's kind of when Lehi started to get hot. So, yeah, that would be my play.
Legend Glasgow with a great first half. And Maple Mountain with a great reception to end the game as they're able to tiptoe it barely in bounds. Great catch that time by Tamita Kolomalu. But that'll do it here for the final between Lehi and Maple Mountain. The Pioneers win at 55-0. Dave, final thoughts. We'll start with the Pioneers. I mean, you couldn't have asked probably for a better start to the season.
Yeah, I'm sure the coaches are going to find some things in film that they could work on, but really they took care of business. All 3 phases, offense, defense, special teams. Even the backup quarterback came in and was impressive. The O-line maybe didn't dominate the run game as much as I thought they would, and maybe as much as Coach Hatfield will think, but Lehi looks like they're definitely a competitor for a state championship again.
And meanwhile, for the other side of Maple Mountain, if you were Coach Schwenke, what would be your message to this team after a defeat like this on week 1 on how you guys could rebound to try and get a win in week 2?
Well, I think what you've got to do, I mean, they know the bad things that happen. They know the negatives. You're going to find the best things that we did against maybe the best team in the state and try and build them off of that. Because, 55-0, you could find a million things to beat them up about. You want to build these kids now. Look forward to competing next week at Riverton. They lost a lot of kids, but there's some kids that make some plays. So I think there's some good things that Maple Mountain can take from this game. And again, they're not going to play anybody like Lehi again until Orem. So
our final score, the Lehi Pioneers 55, Maple Mountain 0. For Dave Harrison, I'm Nate Thatcher. Thank you for tuning in for this edition of the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. We'll see you next week. Good night.